I'm here today with Lanita Petzold, and what branch of the military did you serve in?
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. First female Marine Corps that I think I've had. Most were Army or Navy, a couple Air Force, but I think you're the first female Marine Corps.
You say the few, the proud.
Yeah, that's right. When were you enlisted for?
I was in from 1989 to 1999.
So 10 years. It's a long stretch. Straight out of high school?
Actually, no. I did not go in until I was about 22.
Okay, cool. What made you decide to join?
Believe it or not, my older brother.
Yeah?
I've wanted to be in the Marine Corps since I was like 7 years old.
Oh, wow.
When he went in.
Yeah.
And
So he's quite a bit older than you?
he's 10 years older than I am.
Okay, yeah.
And I decided that I was going to do it. My mother didn't want her baby girl in the
Yeah, I
military.
can understand that.
And unfortunately, in 1987, beginning of 88, my mother passed away.
Okay.
And I went to boot camp
You're like, all right,
about 9 months
I'm
later.
doing it. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. Where'd you go to boot camp at?
Paris Island.
Yeah,
The
Paris
only
Island.
place for women to go to boot camp.
Okay. So what was your job while you were in the Marines?
I was an electronic calibration and repair technician.
What is that?
Okay, we fix electronics.
Okay. So engineering. Kind of.
Sort of. The easiest way to describe my job is if you step on a scale and it tells you you weigh 210 pounds, how do you know that that's correct?
Accurate. Yeah.
My job is to make sure those things are accurate.
Okay.
And we did it with absolutely any type of electronic gear you can think of.
Calibration stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So we did everything from electronics, torque and pressure, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Where did you? Is that what you wanted to do, or is that where you got picked to do?
Actually, I went in to be in the band.
What do you play?
I play French horn and bassoon.
Wow.
And I went in to be in the band, and I went in open contract.
Okay.
And it was kind of a surprise to me when I
Yeah.
got orders for avionics, Millington, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool.
So did you not get to play while you're in there? Or did you?
Actually, I did get to play some. It wasn't what I wanted,
Yeah.
but the training that I got with the Marine Corps in the electronics field has just helped me out
Big time.
immensely.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool. So you made it work for you then?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That's cool. That's a big deal. Did you get to serve time overseas anywhere?
I did not.
So you're here the whole 10 years.
I
Wow.
was here in the States the whole time. I actually made it onto the plane to go to Bosnia,
Oh wow.
and they pulled us. Unfortunately, they pulled all the females off because that was before women could be in
In
offensive
front
combat.
line, all that stuff. Yeah.
And so they pulled all the females off, and we stood on the tarmac
Yeah,
and
you
watched
just
our
watched it.
plane
I
go
guess you guys
away.
are heartbroken.
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
So, and then like 3 weeks later, they said, "Oh, take them all over," and we're like, "Really?"
But you didn't. It was too.
It was too late. My unit was already across.
Yeah.
So we stayed home and supported everybody here.
Did what you could here.
I was actually part of what was known as Desert Shield,
Okay.
which got everybody ready for Desert Storm.
Yep.
I was involved in the calibration lab in Virginia at NAS Norfolk.
Oh wow, cool.
So we knew about it months before
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
else
You
did.
probably were probably on the front line of stuff. then.
Oh, and it was a lot of work getting. We had 6 battle groups that were
Wow.
getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
They didn't know what for.
They
but-
just knew they would be ready.
right,
Yeah.
and we were getting all their gear ready. so.
Yeah. Did you have to get security clearance to do all that stuff? I'm assuming
did.
you did.
We
'cause that's
did.
some high tech stuff.
So
I'm assuming.
there's one book that we had for one piece of gear that you actually had to have top secret clearance for the 4-digit number
That was in that.
that was in the book.
Yeah.
And that was the only part of the whole thing that was
Wow.
classified was that 4-digit number.
Why couldn't they
So-
just make a different book without
know-
that page in it?
It's the government.
The
and, you know,
unabridged version.
Right. It's like here. But we had a lot of weird things happen. We were trying to get ready for Desert Storm. We needed a piece of wire, okay, special conduit, special connections on each end. So we ordered this one piece of wire, and what we got in was a 5-foot square box. And we're like, and a wooden box, and we're like, what on earth is this? And somewhere down the line they had transposed numbers, and we wound up with a wiring harness for an M1 tank.
Oh my God. And it was like the difference between one serial number or something.
And
That's incredible.
And it was like, now what do we do with
Yeah,
it?
yeah, right.
So,
Send back or return to sender.
well, it's very hard to return things through. It's easier now, but back then it was harder to send it back.
Yeah.
So we actually had to go through Camp Lejeune, who had tank repair facilities, and said, "Hey guys,
Guess what? You got, just in case.
here's an extra one."
That's awesome.
So they loved it.
That's cool. Anything else you got to do while you were in that that was interesting or?
I found my entire job interesting.
Yeah.
I got to go what they call TAD, so temporary additional duty, to several different places. I worked with our drug and alcohol people on campus. I went through NBC training, so I have all of the chemical warfare training stuff.
Yeah.
I went through, I can drive just about anything.
Yeah.
And I was licensed for half a dozen things and what have you. They always tell you, when you get in the military, don't volunteer.
Yeah.
I volunteered for everything.
Because you wanted to experience it. Mm-hmm. That was an experience. That's cool.
I walked by one of my officers one time when I was stationed out in California, and they're like, "Hey, Sergeant, come here." And I was like, "What's up?" And they go, "You volunteer for everything, right?" And I said, "Yeah, what do you need?" "Here." And they gave me these tickets. "You'll be at this place at this time. Free ride in the blimp."
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
cool. That's super cool. So they
Yeah.
just let you do it just because?
They needed to give out tickets to different enlisted people so they could experience it.
And that's really cool. How was it?
Oh, I loved it.
Was it like Indiana Jones? Like, you know what I'm talking about? And I don't know if that was, I think it was Last Crusade where him and Sean Connery
The Goodyear blimp actually seats about 6 people.
Okay,
to 8
so it's
people.
not that big.
It wasn't the big Zeppelins like that, but it was really kind of cool to tour over the top of LA and stuff like that, just cruising around in a blimp.
I always just think about those things just being, bombs with a fan that blows you around. You know what I mean?
They're really kind of cool.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
But you just kind of float, and you go up, and you're looking out the window, going, I could, drop water balloons.
Is it loud?
No, it's really not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no louder than a truck with decent pipes on it.
Really? Wow.
Because it keeps it insulated, because the guys that work in there, they like it to be pretty. You hear this hum as it goes along.
Yeah.
And then it floats down. Somebody grabs a rope and pulls you to the ground. It's like, great, I'm in a big balloon.
And that's how they'd have to land. You'd have to throw that rope down, and they'd have to pull you down. That's incredible.
Well, I was stationed out at Tustin, and at the time when Tustin was open, they've closed the base since then. Tustin was what they called a lighter than air base. Mm-hmm. It was made for blimps.
Okay.
Back in World War II and what have you. And what a lot of people don't know about those the blimp hangars, they are the largest man-made, unsupported wooden structures in the world.
Wow.
And they're the only ones you can see from outer space.
Wow. And you can still see them there? They still have them?
Believe it or not, they were built on private property.
Okay.
The military had been leasing the property for all these years. It reverted back to
the owners
who owned it, with the stipulation they could tear down one tower or one hangar, but not both, because they're historical landmarks.
Yeah.
They had to keep one.
So they kept one, or do they tore down one?
Well, as last I knew, they still had both of them.
Keep both of them. Why not?
They've been using them. Hollywood has filmed in them.
Yeah, the sound stages, stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool.
Huge.
Yeah,
you put a football field inside.
Yeah, imagine, because you'd have to have to fit a blimp in there.
Oh yeah, and the first time I ever saw them, I stood there because they're arched, and I stood there and I was just watching you going up the beam, and it's so far up that you almost fall over backwards
to
if you
look
don't
up behind you. That's incredible.
Like, whoa.
That's cool.
And then I found some photos online where they actually had it filled with blimps.
Yeah,
and it
that's
was really
cool. How many could they fit in there?
I believe it was 12.
Okay.
Of the
that
big
is
ones.
massive.
I've seen it with helicopters in it.
Okay.
And the helicopters look like kids' toys compared to the building.
That's so cool.
It's just amazing.
That's so cool. See, that's, you the way you put it about experience, and that's kind of why I chose to do this job, is because I felt like it would give me an avenue to do all the things that I would want to do, whether it's this stuff, or book shows, meet people, and that's kind of, I'm real hungry for life, and that's kind of why I did it this way, because I could do it on my terms, when I wanted, where I wanted, and say yes to everything. Eventually, after 10 years, you start slowing down, you're like, I don't know if I can say yes to so much anymore, because you kind of, you're winded differently, but that's really cool that you did that, and that's an amazing attitude to have.
I did a lot of things in my lifetime, Marine Corps. I mean, a lot of the experiences that I took, it was for a really weird reason. I wanted to be experienced as much as life as I could, but I really wanted to have the cool stories to tell my grandkids.
Yeah. That's cool.
And now I have 3 grandkids. Yeah. The oldest one is 3. And
okay, I'm going to get silverware napkins, ketchup, mustard, anything?
ketchup.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I have 3 grandkids, and I'm the cool grandma.
Yeah,
Because
I bet you are.
They get to play with my stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know that when they get older,
Yeah, they'll appreciate it.
oh yeah, I've got my office looks like you're walking into some commander's office. It's what I call the Marine Corps room, and I've got one of those fat heads up on the wall. It's the Marine Corps emblem, and it's like 3.5 feet square.
Massive.
It's huge. And the grandkids just love being in
That's
there.
cool. Well, maybe you'll inspire one of them, just like your brother inspired you.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe.
That's cool.
I'm hoping.
Thank you so much for coming to lunch with me today. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
And of course, thank you for your service.
You're welcome.